Why is mindset so important? That's the question today. Um, why is mindset the foundation of success in anything in life? Mindset. I have got my notes here, so if I'm not looking at the camera all the time, please accept my apologies. I will be referring to my notes, and today is really about mindset. What is mindset? And we all think we know what mindset is, but what is mindset? Mindset is something that we can craft. It's something that we can work with. It's something that we can change. And I don't think many of us actually consider the implications of mindset. Mindset is so important for everything and anything that you do, because if you believe you can do it, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. It's like I just went live on Facebook Live and my microphone didn't work. So hence why I'm doing this video again. Because as far as I know, nobody could hear me. So what's the mindset? The mindset is, oh no, that didn't work, or I did it wrong. Well, okay, I did it wrong. So I can learn from that and I can do it differently. I can change. And that's the great thing about mindset, is that it doesn't have to be set in stone. And what we have to be careful of with mindset is that usually it's in our subconscious mind. And when we've got the front lobe, which is where our conscious mind is, and then we've got our subconscious mind, which is, well, basically does everything that we don't think about. And we can have stuff in there that we don't even know, like you're lazy because you've been told it all your life, or you're clever because you were told that all your life, or I would never set my own business up because it's too dangerous. Fears and anxieties are all in there, and our loved ones and family around us say these things to protect us. They don't mean to hurt us, but it all goes into our subconscious mind. And you have to be at a stage where you can push away the bad stuff, because it's not meant to be bad. It's a protection scheme that we all do. It's a bit like turning around to a 40-year veteran sailor and turning around, oh, you look green, you're going to be seasick. As a rule, he would just look at you and laugh as if to say, well, I don't think so. So mindset is so important, and it's one of the cornerstones of life, mindset, because it makes so many decisions for us, and we don't even know we're making those decisions because our mindset is set in our subconscious mind as much as it is in our conscious mind. They reckon 95% of our subconscious mind is running our lives. It's why we make decisions, it's why we do things. So this is why mindset is so important. um, Freedom lifestyle is about mindset as well. Do you want to be in a guinea pig hutch, or do you want to be free? Do you want to be on that rat race wheel, just going round and round and round and round, turning up to work, paying your pension, paying your mortgage, being a good boy or girl, don't rock the boat, literally, to pay the bills because you don't want to upset your boss or your colleagues. Because if you upset them, then life can be tough, can't it? It can be tough if you don't mix, um, if you're in the wrong circles, if you're not liked at work, or if the manager doesn't like you. Sadly, I've been bullied at work as much as anybody else, and I didn't ever think I would be until it happened to me. And It was done to me when I was vulnerable, when I was low, when I got back off my feet years ago. I failed a couple of times and lost everything a couple of times. And years ago, I became homeless, and most people don't know that about me. This is probably the first time that the majority of you ever would have considered that that would have happened to me. Um, it wasn't for long. It was scary, but it was enlightening as well. Because when you lose everything, you've got nothing to lose apart from go forward. Our egos get in the way, embarrassment gets in the way, um, our vulnerabilities. We feel worthless, and that's what happens when we don't succeed, because we have that little devil on our shoulder screaming in our ears saying we're useless, we're no good, we're this, we're that. And I'm here to tell you, as God has told me, that you're worth everything. You're worth more than you realize. You were built in his image. He was a creator and he created you. Guess what? That means you're a creator and you can create things. With the right mindset, you can do anything you want to do. You've just got to decide it. Yes, it's tough. I'm not saying it's easy. And that's why most people give up, because it is tough. Now, we know, I mean, my friends, my loved ones, the people I know, um, are amazing. You know, they're always there for me. They always care. They're always considerate. And I hope I'm there for them. Um, but that doesn't mean they haven't laughed at me. It doesn't mean they don't think I've been silly at times. They don't. It doesn't mean that I've lost their respect at times. It doesn't mean that. What it means is that we're human and we all fail, we all mess up, we all do silly things. But it's when everything falls apart around you that your true friends are there and your true loved ones are there, you know, because they don't care about anything but you. They do care about you, and that is it, you know. So, again, that's mindset, and you have to realize that mindset because to create a freedom lifestyle, sometimes you have to let go, and sometimes you've got to put your ego to one side. It's not about fancy cars, it's not about big houses, it's not about money. Freedom lifestyle is all about having choices. The first time I ever had freedom lifestyle in my mind was when I saved up 6 months worth of wages. All of a sudden, nobody could tell me what to do because I was living like most people, week to week, mouth to mouth. And once I'd saved 6 months worth of income, annual income, I was free. It was just amazing, and I recommend it to anyone. If there's a possibility that they can do that, and I know it's not everybody can do that because they're, especially in today's society. I mean, the UK's gone mad, where the bills are just going through the roof, and you know the cost of living is just it's just madness. How anyone can live a fruitful life with a basic wage these days is beyond me, and I take my hat off to people who are surviving on a very basic wage because the stresses and the pressures that are on you when you're in that position are not very nice. So moving on, mindset. So why is mindset the foundation of a freedom lifestyle and living a full life? Because mindset's all about deciding what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. How are you going to live your life? And this is the thing, we don't, as a rule, think about our life, do we? We don't think about, we think, oh, I'm going to save up, or I'm going to buy a house, or I'm going to do this career. And we work towards these things, or I'm going to save up and have a holiday. And these are all the things that we plan for and work for. But we never usually plan for a life. What's your life going to look like? What do you want it to look like? And that all starts with mindset because most people don't do it because, well, it doesn't matter. You know, I've got enough. I can go down the pub at the weekend, so on and so forth. And if that's you, I wish you all the luck because that mindset is okay for some people and it's wonderful to be so relaxed and chilled and enjoy life. I wish I was like it. I can't be like it though because it's not enough for me. I'm always pushing pushing myself. And sometimes, as I've mentioned earlier, at my detriment, where I've lost everything because I've pushed so far. So that takes me to fear and anxiety in the mindset. We all have them. We all have fears. We all have anxieties from our past, from what we believe could be the future. And I personally look at the fears and the anxieties and I say, right, what's the worst that can happen? And it was a guy called Andy Shaw that explained this to me in a book that he wrote, which was called A Bug-Free Mind. And if you can ever get a hold of it, I would highly recommend it. It's an excellent book. And he talks about your brain and your thought patterns as being a computer. So when you put a new program onto your computer, if it's full of bugs, that new program isn't going to work that well. It's going to clog up and everything else. So the first thing he recommended to do, which is what I did, was I went away and cleared away the bugs. So I cleared away the bugs before I put a new program in. And it is a program because we all are influenced, and our subconscious mind, as I said earlier, is what programs us to the way we live. That's why some of us can't lose weight. That's why some of us are athletes. That's why some of us are rich and some of us are poor. Okay, circumstances can hinder you, but the bottom line is it's all about mindset. And I've struggled with it like everybody else. So I'm not saying I'm better or worse than anybody else because I'm not. And um, so what's that got to do with freedom lifestyle? Well, what is freedom lifestyle? Freedom lifestyle is living a life where you're free. And how can you be free if you're working hard for a boss? How can you be free if you're stuck to one country? How can you be free if you've got a mortgage um, attached to you where you can't go anywhere? How can you be free? And this is very clever how they do it to us, um, whoever they are, as you know. To be free, you have to be free. And how, people say, what do you mean? To be free, you have to be free. That's a bit silly, Patrick. Well, is it? How many of us sit back and consider and think about these things? Am I free? Am I a slave? Do I know I'm a slave? Have I got my own thought patterns or am I just copying everyone else? These are major questions, major questions if you want your life to change. If there's anything you want to change in your life, you have to question your mindset. And it all starts with that at the beginning. So, I mean, I believe in God big time. And and we're all amazing because we are created by God, and we're all special because there's something special about all of us. Be it the daydreamer, be it the athlete, be it the businessman, be it that loving friend, be it that person who's always there when you need them. It's always something special about everyone, and we have to remember that. Now, if you, like me, have lost friends and loved ones, especially over the last few years, because it has been a crazy time for all of us. Do you ever wonder what their dreams were, and what their desires were, whether they lived them or whether they didn't? Do you ever think about their mindset, especially towards the end? What were they thinking? What were their fears? What were their anxieties? And what was an anxiety and a fear before they realised they were going, that became nothing, became irrelevant? Why do we live in fear? Why do we have anxieties? These are questions, massive questions. So if you've got a dream, if you've got um, something that you want to push for, something you haven't even told anyone, maybe something you want to do. How are you going to do it? Are you going to sit there and have a mindset of, oh, that's not for me, I can't do it because of? What happens if it fails? They'll laugh at me. Oh, I'm not comfortable doing that. I couldn't speak on camera like Patrick. I haven't got the confidence. Everything I do, I fail at. These are all programs, these are all subconscious programs and mindset. And that's why mindset is so important. And it might be to have a loving family. It might not have anything to do with a career in any form. It might be that you keep pushing people away, or they keep pushing you away. So you have to ask yourself, why is that? What mindset? What have I created? So you have to take full responsibility. That's my belief anyway. So what are you going to take full responsibility of? What's important to you? I felt like a failure so many times, and I failed so many times. And one of the most amazing lessons I've learned in life is you only succeed by failing, because you learn so much from failing, and you learn so much about the people around you, the people who love you, and the people that care about you, your friends, your family, which are the most important things on this planet. I hope you're kind of getting it, because it's really, really important. And that's why, you have to excuse me rubbing my nose. I've got hay fever. Um, so what's your dream? So if you're a dreamer like me, follow along, and we'll start chatting about this stuff. And I've got plenty of property knowledge, buying and selling in the property world. I've got plenty of knowledge when it comes to buying companies, and I can show you how to buy companies without any money. I can show you how to buy properties or control properties without any money. I mean, why pay thousands and thousands of pounds on courses? I have, and that's how I've learned so much knowledge. I'm going to be talking about, what am I going to be talking about? I'm going to be talking about property, if people want to know about that. I'm going to be talking about business, if people want to know about that. I'm going to be talking about crypto. I'm going to be talking about commodities, gold and silver, oil. I mean, all these opportunities are around us all day long. Instead of sitting there and worrying and being fearful, why not learn? Why not change your mindset and say, right, how can I? How can I do this? That's if you want to. I hope I can help someone. If I can help one person, that will really, really please me. I mean, when I lost everything last time, it was horrendous. My whole world fell apart. I didn't tell anyone. I was too embarrassed, because I'd always said, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm this, I'm that. My ego was so big. But failure taught me so much about myself, and I had to go through that to get my ego in check, basically. And it taught me that you can do anything when you set your mind to it. I know it's tough when your mind shuts down and when you get anxious and your fears take over. But trust me, you can. You can be anything you want to be. And that might be just someone who's got a loving, happy family, who turns up to work Monday to Friday and really enjoys his job or her job, really enjoys the colleagues around them. Because that is amazing as well. I wish I could have got that in my life. I never had that. I never had the job that I loved to that extreme. I always wanted to be the boss, and I always wanted to strive for more than I had. So I became an entrepreneur, and I was always an entrepreneur in my mind. So if I can help anyone um, by doing these videos, I will, if I can. And if you'd like to come along on this journey with me, where we're going to be talking about business, we're going to be talking about property, we're going to be talking about journeys that I'm going to go on, traveling journeys, experiences from different parts of the world. And maybe we could share ideas with each other and help each other become more than we are. That's if we want to be. So this is why I believe that mindset is the beginning of every journey. And hopefully this will be a new journey for me and a new journey for you as we go along and see what life's going to chuck at us and see how we can resolve it. I really appreciate my friends and I really appreciate my loved ones. And I've put a note up saying that I'm going to monetize this site and I'm going to be talking more business and do raffles and these kind of things on this platform. And I really do understand if that's not for you and you want to unfollow, please do, because it's more important that I keep your friendship, and it's more important that I don't bombard you with stuff that you don't want. So please don't worry about unfollowing me. I've got a couple of surprises coming up. Debbie and I are planning a major travel event, which will be cool. I mean, I'd love you to come along on that one. I believe the financial system is in a massive, massive, massive challenge at the moment, where the fiat currency, which is money basically for most people, the fiat currency is on its way out. I do believe that house prices are at their brink. Not that I might be wrong, but they are my beliefs. With the data that is put forward to me. So I shall be discussing stuff like that. If people want to know anything about property, then I might be able to help them. I have been an investor in property, I've been a property developer, and I've been a construction manager for the big PLC companies. I have been a carpenter and joiner, so I know a fair bit about property. If you want to know about business, just ask me questions. Again, I've acquired businesses and been better at acquiring businesses than starting them from scratch. Starting them from scratch is really hard work. So if that's something that you want to interested in, I trade quite regular, mainly bitcoins, stuff like that. That might be of interest to someone. And my main passion is helping people and traveling now. So if I can help and you'd like to come on the journey, please do follow us. And I look forward to chatting to you again very soon. Have a marvellous day, and hopefully this video has got volume, not like the last one, which was a bit of a mistake on my part. So chat soon. Cheers, bye.